let's take an answer as a book, because for them consultation is not a stream of revenue. They might do consultation for the purpose of branding, but they are not doing it as a purpose of earning, making living out of it. So that means even though he is a well trained and skilled professional, he has understood that he has to give up the profession and focus on business side, right? So let's see whether it is possible at our end also. So in total, we have highlighted 4 questions. I'm just repeating it for your understanding. Why the success model of other regular businesses cannot be implemented straight away on a medical profession? How do I plan my taxes well? How do I differentiate between my self-owned funds and the investment which I can gain from the investors, pure external investors, and the difference between profession and business? The crux of this 4 or 5 items are lying in the answers to these questions. Let's see. Sir, are you able to example? Yeah. Yes, sir. No? Okay. So if there is an example, then we can take it forward. Let's take the first one first. There are 3 questions which I have put it up for you. First one, we have already identified. This is the first topic of investment strategy for the business. So let's do a little backward integration. Investment strategy. Before we come to this topic, let us understand our finance strategy. Investment means I have money, where do I have to invest it? Yes. But before I go to that question, I have to answer this from where I am getting the money. Am I making it clear?
Yes.
Yes. Let's take a simple example. This example will sound you very awkward, but most of the people will do or end up doing this kind of a mistake. If suppose you are having a debt means of fundraising, you have taken loans in order to set up your business, right? But he will end up spending, like suppose take an individual example for a better understanding. I have taken 10 lakh rupees debt in order to set up a hospital. But of that 10 lakh, I end up spending 3.5 lakh only on my cabin where I am going to do the consultation. Is it making sense to you? Or let's take one more way of investment, that I have not taken any debt. I have my own cell phone money which I have earned through my salary, and now I am starting up a business. And when I am starting up the business, same, I also have 10 lakh rupees of my cell phone funds. Then I spend 3.5 lakh rupees on my cabin where I am going to do the consultation. Which person sounds wiser to you? Mr. A, who has taken debt and done a 35 lakh rupees or 35% of the investment only as verification of this particular place where he is going to see the patients, or a person who is spending the similar amount but who has a cell phone fund? Which Mr. A or Mr. B?
Mr. B.
Mr. B, you tell that this is a little sensible guy as compared to a right. Why is that?
He has to repay that.
Why? You can answer this question. Why do you think Mr. B might want to say? Correct, sir.
He doesn't have to repay.
And there is one more item.
Interest.
Okay, very good. So this is the answer, that if there is a cost associated with the funds which I have, correct? This is one punchline. This is something which everybody has to understand. If there is a cost associated with the funds which I have, I cannot take a chance, or I cannot be lethargic or liberal with my money to invest on items which is not going to give me a return. Put it into the simple words, if I have a cost associated, I have to first make sure that I have a returns also coming from that money, at least higher than the cost. If I am raising the debt at 10%, I should at least get 10% out of the investment. So if I am using that 10 lakh rupees which is coming at 10% and putting it into the beautification of certain items, painting, or something of that kind of a sort, which is not going to directly give me any revenue. It is foolishness because slowly and steadily, this 3,50,000 which we have invested on beautification, the next year will become 3,85,000 with interest, and this keeps on increasing without giving the return. So this is one basic understanding which you have to do before you take a decision. That what is my cost of funds? This is one question which everybody has to first answer. Let's come to the segregation. Have I segregated the finance required? This is my segregation. So this is one question which everybody has to answer. If suppose you have limited finances at your disposal, like if I have to have a full hospital setup, it might cost me, let's take an example, 5 crores. I don't have 5 crores. Including all the means of finances which I had at that particular point of time, I was only able to have 3 crores. Now let's take again Mr. A, Mr. B. Mr. A takes that money and goes and straight away buys out one bigger operation theater, all equipment related to surgeries and everything, and now he has made up most of the equipment investments. Now he is sitting with that hospital open. Now there is Mr. B who has understood that he doesn't have the full money which is available for him. So what he does is he says, out of that 3 crore, I will put 1 crore aside to hire more doctors who will treat more patients. Okay. I will invest another 1 crore to have my inventory intact, and then I would do another 1 crore to have smaller equipments like path lab, some smaller equipments of cardiac machines, trams and all those, and I'm done. If suppose if I get a patient which requires an OT, but I don't have it, I will refer it to some XYZ hospital, get it treated. Over the course of time, I will take that another 2 crores and build up my own OT. So, which person you think is wiser? Mr. A, Mr. B. Again, why? Because Mr. A has also done the right job. What he has done is he has created an asset. Mr. A ideology. Now let's come to the third one, ideology. Now, before you say who is right, you have to understand the ideology. Mr. A ideology was, my money should not go waste. Mr. A was thinking in the scenario that if I invest my money into the asset, at least the money is secure. See, when you have money and some friends come to you and say, please don't get it. And then one more person comes to you and says, yeah, I have a company, you can invest in some land and all. What do you think? Those who देंगे पैसे वापस नहीं आए. So secure. So that was the ideology of Mr. A. If I hire some doctors and put them into the on the salary and keep a buffer for 6 months of their salary, they may or may not work. Even if they work, the patient may or may not come. Even if the patient come, they may or may not convert from my hospital. So because there were 3 may nots, in order to secure his money, he invested in equipment. But whereas Mr. B was little risk-taking person, he said, let's take risk with the money, see whether the patients can be converted to the doctors. So now, has your decision changed of being Mr. B wiser than Mr. A? No. Still you think Mr. B is wiser than A? Okay, please justify. This is what you have to justify. Because in some place in your brain also, you would be thinking whether I am A or B. Yes, tell me.
The equipments are no use and there is no doctor.
Equipments are no use when there is no patients.
No patient from the doctor.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Please justify your own. At least I should get 5 points.
Because it's ideal to start with the low thing and then upgrade if you have patients.
Okay, very good. So step by step. Very good. So basically, I can do a lease model. I can go to other hospitals and say, you send your patients. You can basically go to Mr. B and say, you are getting patients, and send it to me. Right?
Something we can post on.
Okay, very good. Sir, please participate. Some opinion you have to form. एक जगह पे जाना पड़ेगा. Go with the team. So we have some understanding that it is the decisions are investment decisions are ideology based, emotion based. This is something which we have to understand, right? Should I take one example which might pinch you, but let me take this example because this session has to give some value. Most, let me not name it, but I will tell this. Most of these doctors who are very skilled in treatment will come out of their corporate job and start as medicals. Can you tell me the reason why?
Freedom.
Yeah.
For 100 bed.
But patients for 100% occupancy to name this is the setup. So keeping that in mind, how do you put those nurses? So nurses you can increase as a target professional. There is no problem there. Doctors you cannot increase immediately nurses. So how many? At least 50. But why some people do the work charitable and some people don't? They put some money for charity, so they pay interest at which funds? Charity. Incoming funds or the money is there? Charity.
The incoming funds also are exempted.
Okay. So please make a point. Here, incoming funds are exempted. Okay. Right.
And you can just show whatever you are earning, you are spending for the community, local community also.
So because business itself is very complex, as we have taken in the first example. This is not a state. So 3 different kind of businesses are done at the one group, that is called an hospital. So that faithful employee is one of the businesses. So God has stopped sending faithful to the earth. God has also stopped sending honest people to the earth. Even if you are cardiologist, you cannot see whether that particular heart is true or not. If you differ from my opinion, please, you can stand up and tell.
No, like what I want to say is you take somebody, you groom them. So as a guru dakshina, they should at least commit their time, certain time which they was planned. At least do their responsibility faithfully.
There are certain things I wanted to clear. Interest free. Interest. Yeah. Do you suggest something where a person can get a things or get some equipments or deals where things are interest free? Most of the things what you, for example, purchasing an equipment or any kind of amenity you want to purchase, do you suggest anything that is interest free things? My person is, as I'm religiously, I wanted to know, I don't want to go to interest point. Interest. Yeah, interest. That is the point of my thought process. So you suggest anything where we can go for any bank or anything which provides interest free things, or okay. Okay. Yeah. Huh. Okay.
They will charge based on fully cards.
Okay.
Correct companies which have come up with these models. So you can pay as you use model. I if you don't take a picture.
And second thing, you told that you don't put all your eggs in the same basket. Once we grow, like for example 5 years or 10 years, what else do you suggest for us, like apart from a hospital thing?
That's what I said. Don't once you grow,
Okay, now only.
go on paper.
Okay.
Why? Because you have already grown. Already you have made an idea of your. Don't once you grow,
Okay, now only.
go on paper.
Okay.
Why? Because you have already grown. Already you have made an idea of your.
Okay.
It is very difficult to take out some pieces of figures out in one place. Because everything is what has the other pieces of figures very difficult. And there are taxes if you do a separation of the business when we already are doing everything at one place. So maybe
So thank you very much for coming.